Hi everybody. You know, I get asked a lot of questions like, hey, that's a pretty cool towing setup you have there for towing your car. How does that all work? So today I'm going to show you how to hook it up and steps I go to get the car connected to the RV so that when you're in the RV park or traveling around, you actually can disconnect and take your car and go do other things besides hang out in the RV park. So let's get started. Before you decide to tow your vehicle, you have to make sure you have the right vehicle. Not every car is towable this way. So there's a couple different ways to tow a car. This particular method I use is basically pulling the car behind the RV with all wheels on the ground. The car basically follows behind the RV. The other way is using a dolly, which is when you have the front wheels of the car up on this dolly and the rear wheels are being towed behind. You can tow most vehicles that way. The method I use, you have to have a specific kind of car. Your car has to be designed to be towed. So there's a few things you have to do to get your car set up in order to be towed. The first thing is to have a tow bracket system and electrical system installed on your car. And this is probably something you'll have done at your RV service center or Camping World, or some truck towing places will be able to do it too. So once your car is set up for towing, what you're going to need is a tow bar. So basically the tow bar assembly connects to your RV, and your receiver hitch, which usually has a bunch of cables associated with it for power, for your lights, some safety cables, and that connects to this towing bracket that connects to your car. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is hook up this bracket, this towing bracket, to the car. So I have it all assembled in several pieces, and essentially it fits right into the receivers on the car, like so. So once it's in the car, there's some pins that hold it in place. Put that in there. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward once you've done it a few times. This pin's in here. Cotter pin in place. Now it also has these safety cables that hook to your car in case it does come in detached. You know, it keeps your car from rolling away. So these hook to these other eye bolts in here. These connectors twist on, and this one here. So it's just a safety mechanism. So as you can see, that's really all there is to hooking the bracket to the car. So the next step in the process is to actually hook up the tow bar assembly to the car, to the bracket that I just put on. Again, pretty straightforward process. I'm using a Roadmaster Sterling tow bar, which is a pretty good tow bar. Swivels in all different directions, keep the car on the road. So I'm going to attach this arm, which basically these arms slide in and out. Secure it that way. Secure the safety cable here. Again, this is easily a one person job. Again, slides in the hole, pin goes in, so there's safety, pin hooks in there, and I'll attach the safety cable here, and we're done. The next thing I'll do is attach the power cable into this power outlet here to give me power to my lights and everything else. And I'll double check this, and essentially that's it. The car is now hooked up to the RV. Tow bar, bracket, car, everything's hooked up. We'll double check the cables, and step one complete. So one more thing, once you start driving, these tow arms fully extend and they lock in place. So what I like to do is, before I take off, I like to make sure they're locked. So I have the car in neutral right now, so I'll just kind of push it back. See the car moving and the arms are extending. So the arms are now locked in place, and this is the position they'll stay in once you're towing. And essentially the car follows around, and the tow bar swivels in all different directions to follow the terrain. It's basically rolling like you were driving. Looks like the car's just it looks like somebody's tailgating it, basically. Okay, now we've got our tow vehicle hooked up to the RV. The next step is to hook up the braking system. So most states require that if you tow a vehicle this way, you have an auxiliary or assisted braking system. I'm using one from Even Brake. It's Even Brake it's from Roadmaster also. It's a proportional braking system. You can buy this unit online or from your RV service center. There's other ones you might have heard of. Brake Buddy is another popular one. Has a little piston and an air compressed air in here, and this piece here connects to your brake pedal, and when it senses that it needs to brake the car's slowing down, it basically applies the brake, so it pushes on your brake just like your foot would. So also there's a piece here that connects power to your cigarette lighter power receptacle in your car, and this piece here connects to a remote, not remote control, but a remote monitoring piece that has a wireless receiver in the RV that allows you to kind of know when it's braking. It's kind of nice to know when you come to a stop that the car is actually stopping too. So a red light comes on to let you know that the braking system is being applied, and when it's not. So now I'm gonna hook the braking system up. Basically slide the seat all the way back. Takes a little bit of adjustment the first time to figure out what the right distance is. I'm going to hook on the metal bracket to the brake pedal. It's usually kind of tight quarters in here. So once you've done it a few times, you kind of have the adjustments down, and adjust the seat to the right spot. You want to make sure that it's not actually pushing on the brake when you hook it up, otherwise you'll be going down the road with the brake on. So it's set up properly right now. My seat is adjusted. I'm going to hook up the power and remote system. As soon as I plug in the power, it's going to start compressing. So the noise you hear right now is the air compressor filling the cylinder with air pressure. Okay, so next I'm going to hook up the wiring to this sensor here that basically is a little controller and a sensor that communicates wirelessly to a remote receiver inside the RV. I've wired up this harness myself with some different connectors for some 12-volt wire and connectors so that it's all self-contained, and I can tuck it underneath the dashboard when I'm not using it. So then this velcros to the top. We'll set up this velcro sitting on top of the dashboard, and an antenna. So the connection to this remote component is really easy. It's just this one cable, and it plugs in to the front just like that. See, it's in, out, nothing fancy, and that's it. Car's hooked up, the braking system's hooked up. The next thing I'm going to do is test the braking system and making sure that all the electrical, radio and the fans and everything are off, because your key will actually be in accessory mode going down the road so that it has power to re-pressurize the air in the and power the braking system. So let's take a look at the braking system. It's installed. I've plugged it in so the air tank is pressurized. I'm not sure if you can see this, but there's some lights on, there's some sensitivity settings. It's been pressurized and hooked up, so all I have to do at this point is press the test button, and I'm going to go ahead and press that, and it's going to apply the brake 3 times to test the system, and then 1, 2, and then once it's done, it's going to, you'll hear it repressurize the cylinder, and this light here should turn green, and it's going to repressurize, and it's going to tell me that everything's ready to go. So that's it. Braking system's hooked up. I double check the car, make sure it's in neutral, and I'm good to go with the car. Ready to tow. One more thing I wanted to show you was this safety cable here. So this is a, it connects to this little switch right here that's for the braking system. So it's just a basic little cable that hooks to your RV, and in the event your car becomes disconnected, this pin gets pulled out, as you would expect, and that triggers the braking system to apply the brakes in the car, so your car doesn't just start rolling. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now is how to disconnect all this stuff. So once you've pulled into the RV park and you want to take your car out for a drive, go to the grocery store, disconnecting is not that hard. So let me show you how to do it. So the tow bar actually comes with this nice little bag to keep everything all contained once it's hooked to your RV. So you can leave the tow bar attached to your motorhome, pretty it up a little bit, goes just like that, and it folds down, and that's usually how we keep it. I'll cover it up when we're at the RV park. Okay, so there you have it. The car is now hooked up to the RV, ready to be towed. It may look a little complicated, but once you get the hang of it, it takes about 5 or 10 minutes to do this when you're pulling out of an RV park and getting ready to hit the road. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Now our car is all hooked up and ready to hit the road. I'll put a link to all the towing equipment that I use on the website at rvwithtito.com. So see you next time.